National Broadcast System directly from Hjalmar Johansen with Adrian Grana and Kim Skog. Iron Maiden special! Okay, my man. Heavy metal, Adrian Grana. Today is Iron Maiden special. Let's start with Iron Maiden. When was that band started, man?
1975 on the Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day?
Yeah, on December 25th.
Who was the original setup in Iron Maiden, Adrian?
All Day on vocals, Dave Sullivan and Terry Rance on guitars, Steve Harris on bass, and Ron Rebel Matthews on drums.
Okay.
Or Ron Matthews on drums, but they call him Rebel, yeah.
Okay, what was the first release of that Maiden had, Adrian?
It was the self-titled album called Iron Maiden, which was released in 1980.
Okay. So they started in 75 and they did not give out a record before 80?
Yeah, so they spent 5 years without releasing a record, yeah.
That's a bit strange, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay, and you learned me that Bruce Dickinson, he was not a original member of the band from the start.
No, he came in the picture in 1981.
Okay.
So the first two records, it's without him, and he came when by the time they got to Number of the Beast, the third record, he was in the picture, yeah.
Okay. How many albums has Maiden released from their startup to until now, Adrian?
I have to use my head.
You can think out loud. You can say out the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Wow.
17 albums, yeah.
17 albums.
Yeah.
Okay, they are big, yeah. I really wonder how many records those guys have been selling.
Yeah.
We must be talking about millions.
Yeah.
And the reason why we are making this Iron Maiden special, because I've heard that you got a pretty rough Christmas present this year, man.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was a ticket to see them live at Koeng in Bergen in June.
Okay. Mr. Adrian Grana is going on a Maiden concert in Bergen, yeah?
Yeah.
And I've heard some rumors that you've been applying for permission to participate in the concert.
Yeah, or applying for leave to...
Yeah, a leave. That is all. Permission is also...
Permission is tillatelse in Norwegian.
Yeah, okay. You are right. It was a bit Euro-3 English for me, sorry. Yeah, but that is so cool, yeah? So it's you and your father that is going to participate in the concert?
In the concert, and there's talk about that maybe my mother and my sister is going to go on the trip, but they'll be on the trip. They're not going in the concert hall.
So it's the metal boys that goes to the concert hall?
Yeah, because the age, originally the age was 18, but my father called up and asked, and the lowest age under the age of 18 that could go into the concert hall was 13.
Okay.
So my sister is exactly not old enough, yeah.
Okay. Maybe you know this is a bit on the heel, so we have not prepared you for this question, yeah? But when it comes to Iron Maiden,
Yeah.
what is this story about about this Eddie? Do you got any information to fulfill me with on this rough-looking dude that they have been using on all their covers since the beginning of time?
Yeah, they actually it was not part when I started out in the 70s. The Eddie was not in the Maiden picture, and it wasn't until 1979, I believe, that they created Eddie.
Okay. Is there any backstory about who this Eddie is going to represent? Because I remember when I was on concert with them for over 30 years ago in Drammenshallen, and then they had this 7 meter high figure of Eddie walking around on stage there, and he looked really scary and tough, yeah.
Yeah,
But it's always struck my mind if there is a higher meaning behind that figure.
yeah.
Do you know anything about that?
No, that's a that's a good question actually. It was it was probably it was probably something that was created that was just drawn by the illustrator Derek Riggs, who was illustrating the image of the picture, yeah, on the album cover. So it was probably something he just drew when he.
But that Eddie figure that must had its wishful effect because they have been using him for decades now, yeah.
Yeah,
And when people see a picture of Eddie, everybody is associating it with Iron Maiden, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you were at the concert about 30 years ago, over 30 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, I was watching Iron Maiden in Drammenshallen, and I was there to see Anthrax, and that was the warm up band.
Yeah,
And I was a young boy then, and it was, and I remember it really good because it was one of the first big gigs I were at,
yeah,
and so many metalheads there with all these band shirts and long hair, headbanging.
yeah,
Yeah, you know the drill.
yeah,
But that is so cool. When the first times you see this, it's like entering another world, you know.
yeah,
So many people with the same interest and same kind of music. And usually, as a metalhead, you are not so many people in the common life is associated with the same things, but
yeah.
all of a sudden there everybody looked like a big metal militia, you know.
Yeah. And I have to admit that I have actually been to a Maiden concert one time before. Actually,
Okay.
I was in Telenor Arena in for
Fornebu.
in Fornebu at 6-7 years ago.
We have to make a podcast after the gig is finished, yeah, so all the
Yeah.
viewers can get a feedback and hear how that experience was, yeah.
Yeah.
Has have you heard anything about the arena you're going to participate in Bergen?
Uh, I have. I have heard that they have they fortunately they have wheelchair space, yeah, in the hall,
Cool.
and but I haven't heard any specific.
How many people do you think is possibility to take on that in that place?
Maybe 20, 30, 40,000 maybe.
Okay.
And I have a couple of friends that is also going at the concert as well.
Is there any songs you are looking forward to hear on the concert that you really cross your fingers that they're going to play?
Yeah, or there are some, the classic ones, Run to the Hills and Number of the Beast and
Yeah.
those type of songs, yeah.
I think if they pull off those songs, I think the crowd is gonna go wild because that is something is familiar to everybody there.
And you remember that We have taken Run to the Hills on the music room on Tuesdays, actually.
Yeah, you sing that song so cool, and I'm impressed over the lyrics there. It's pretty rough team they are talking about there.
Yeah.
And you impress me when you pull off that tune. Yeah, you just float like a river, and you're really doing that one good, Adrian.
Yeah.
No, I'm so glad that you're gonna have the opportunity to go on a concert together with your father. And I just wish you guys all the best. And we are looking forward to get a good feedback and review of about the concert. You're ready to share that with us on later time, yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have a podcast after the gig, yeah.
Yeah, we must have that. We say Iron Maiden special over and out. Yeah.